Hi guys, it's Jo from Daisy. Today I'm going to be setting up my monthly spread for May. I am a little bit late, so apologies for that. With this month I've actually, for once, put quite a lot of thought into the theme. I came up with a theme and I've really run with it, so it's taken me a while to prep it. Hence why it's all a little bit lastminute.com. The theme for the month is 90s pop. Hence my sparkly 90s vibe nails. And it started off when I was thinking about that whole meme that is the Justin Timberlake "it's gotta be me, it's gotta be May" thing. And then I kind of took it from there and thought I could make a whole month of this. So what I'm going to do is for every spread there's a 90s song that is the inspiration for it. And then I'm going to take the vibe for that spread from that song. I'm using my Sprocket printer to print out the album cover work for each of the songs. And I've actually created a playlist. I've used the Snail Scribbles playlist to write it all out, but I've created it up on Spotify, so I will link that playlist below because I can't play music in the background to the videos because we're not allowed. But if you've got Spotify, you can have a listen. I've been having great fun listening to these songs while I've been penciling out all of the spread. So you will see that I have planned in pencil some of the spread. You can just about see it. That's because this is quite specific in the theme, so I wanted it to be right, and I got quite excited about it last night when I was thinking it all up. So yeah, hop over to Spotify, start playing the tunes, and hang with me while I put together my monthly spread. Let's go. So first up, I'm going to grab my Sprocket and I'm going to print out my first picture. I am going to stop talking now and allow you guys to concentrate and me to concentrate. Let's print Justin and we'll get going. So my first page is a cover page, and it's a tribute to the famous NSYNC meme that "it's gonna be me, it's gonna be May" meme. So what you'll see first of all is I'm just cutting out my playlist and pasting it in. It's a Snail Scribbles printable. And then I'm using a block letter just to write out "it's gonna be May." I've used the same font as or kind of a similar font as the NSYNC logo, and I've put the little star that is always next to NSYNC's logo next to the letter of May. I grabbed a photo of Justin with very 90s curly hair mid-song to add to the bottom. So it's a pretty simple spread, but I quite like how it looks, and it really kind of strikes the tone for the rest of the spreads that are coming. The next spread is Grooved in the Heart by LITE. So looking at this video, it's all very groovy, lots of psychedelic colours. So I've basically traced out the month pretty simply using the super easy stencil, and then I've added lots of groovy flowers, hearts, yeah, groovy font, loads of really random colours, just to make it as leery as possible really. track 3 or spread 3 is my to-do list, and I've chosen MONTELL Jordan's This Is How We Do It. I've used the same font as is on the single for This Is How We Do It, so a big chunky font for the Do It, and then a more block font for the wording. I messed up the D there, so I had to use corrector tape, which is really annoying. It's a pretty simple spread. I've basically just added boxes to write on my to-dos and added the picture down in the bottom corner. So track 4 or spread 4 is my Couch to 5K tracker. It's all based around BOYZ II Men's End of the Road, a song that I've listened to about 1 billion times in my lifetime, no exaggeration. So simple spread. I've got the 4 weeks of Couch to 5K that I hope to complete in May, with all the runs in there that I can colour in. And I've just added a road behind, which I'll add some footprints to, and the album artwork from BOYZ II Men, and this is an absolute classic of a song. So if you are listening along to the Spotify playlist, which I've linked in the description, this is a treat. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, so track 5, spread 5, is my Slimming World weight loss tracker, and I amused myself to no end with this one. I based it around Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot, another absolute classic, so I really hope you're listening along. And if you know the song, basically I've drawn an anaconda. If you don't know the song, this spread makes absolutely no sense, but you should probably go away and listen to the song. So I've basically got an anaconda, I've got the album artwork on there, I've got space to record my weights every week, and a little Slimming World tracker in the top corner. So track 6 or spread 6 is my Instagram growth tracker, and I've used BOYZONE's Picture of You as the inspiration for this spread. I was and am a massive BOYZONE fan back in the day. Used to trek to see them in concert at all of their concerts, so yeah, they had to be included in my 90s setup. And I've basically done a really simple spread with Polaroids, which represent 5 people following on Instagram, that I can colour in each time I've got more followers, and I've added the album artwork at the top. Track 7, spread 7, is my Facebook follower count, and I was basically looking for a song from the 90s that somehow related to Facebook, and I've gone for Eminem's My Name Is, because, you know, it's slightly related to Facebook and it's a bit of a tune. So I've added the Hi, My Name Is sticker to the top with Slim Shady on it, and then I've got speech bubbles as my icons to colour in as I track growth for the Up to Daisy page on Facebook. I've added a picture of Eminem aka Slim Shady aka Marshall Mathers in the bottom right hand corner. Yeah. Getting close to the end now. This is track 8 or spread 8, and this is my YouTube tracker, and I've gone for the Spice Girls because it couldn't have a 90s playlist without the Spice Girls, and the track Wannabe because I feel like that's pretty apt for YouTube. So I've done a cassette using the mixtape stencil at the bottom, which is actually our stencil of the month for May, and added in Wannabe at the top. I'm going to put a load of hearts and musical notes that I can colour in as hopefully my YouTube follower count grows. And then on the right hand side of the page, I've popped a chart for me to add in YouTube video ideas when I've recorded them, edited them and posted them. And I've just popped some of a picture of the Spice Girls in the bottom corner, just to complete the spread. Last but very definitely not least, I've used ALANIS Morissette's You Learn as my inspiration for my first weekly spread of May. This is probably one of my favourite songs of all time. Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill is my favourite album of all time. I have You Live You Learn tattooed on me, it's my only tattoo, so it had to be included. I've basically used little blocks across the top using the pocket box stencil, just to track what's going on this week, and then I've added the lyrics to the song down the left hand side of the spread. and then used basically kind of pages to add in my things to do list, my habits for the week, and then I've got my social media stats on the side, and then I've got a really great picture of ALANIS with some of the lyrics also on there that I'm going to add to the bottom right hand corner of the spread, along with some washi tape just to make it colourful. I really like how this spread's turned out, which is good because it's, as I say, one of my favourite songs ever, so I wanted to do it justice when I'm recreating it in my journal. So that's pretty much the setup for all of the pop themed May spread. I really hope you've enjoyed it. I spent way longer on this setup than I have on any other previously. It took me basically a whole day to do it, but I really like how it's turned out. If you have any comments or suggestions for songs for the next 3 weeks, then I'd love it if you'd pop them in the descriptions below the video. The comments below the video. I will be setting up the next 3 weeks with themes from songs from the 90s as well, and I'll add that to my Spotify playlist as I come up with them. If you want to have a listen to all the music that is inspired these spreads, then I have created a Spotify playlist which I will link in the description below the video as well, along with all of the stencils and pens and pencils and everything that I've used to create the spreads. Don't forget to give me a follow if you haven't already, just so that you can make sure that you see my next videos. And it's been great talking to you all.